Reforms and innovations are drivers of positive change. And for the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security to ensure a positive change that will bring about food security in Nigeria, the ministry has a Reform Coordination, Service Improvement and Innovation Department. Tonight, we are looking at the contribution of this department in stimulating positive change in service delivery and innovations that will transform the agricultural landscape of the country. Get to know more when the program resumes after the break. I am your regular host, Gabriel Ojile, welcoming you to the program Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria. Please stay tuned.
Every part of Nigeria has something to offer.
First in our lineup is news from the diary of the ministry. In our diary tonight, Agric Ministry to collaborate with Ministry of Water Resources to ensure food security. Also, International Cotton Advisory Committee and Agric Ministry in partnership to revive cotton industry. Stay tuned for details after this short break. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security and the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation have established an Agric and Water Resources Joint Action Plan for Food Security Committee for the two ministries to cooperate and ensure food security in Nigeria.
We've been in a crucial meeting for the past over an hour.
This was disclosed by the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, in an interview with journalists in Abuja shortly after a closed-door meeting between the two ministries. Kyari stated that the Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation has water and vast irrigation land that can be put to maximum use to ensure food security in the country.
We've been in a crucial meeting for the past over an hour and discussing ways and means of how to collaborate with the two ministries with their resources that is available to them and also the resources that is available to us in driving the food security agenda of Mr. President to make sure that we get over the challenges that we are facing in terms of food security and also food inflation. So by and large, we have set up a committee, a working committee, that will look into all the issues that are there where we can leverage on the abundant water resources and the abundant irrigation land available to the Federal Ministry of Water Resources for the emphasis of Mr. President's food security.
That is the inputs.
Also speaking in an interview, the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Engineer Joseph Utsev, explained that when more food is produced, jobs will also be created and the economy will be revived. Joseph added that the two ministries will be working with the private sector to achieve the set goals.
We put this committee in place so that we'll work with the private sector. We have the WAS, the Water Users Association, the Farmers Associations, which they have been working in the country. They need a policy drive for the federal government for them to participate in the food production agenda of Mr. President. So that is why we are here today, and we are trying our best to put everything that we need, our expertise, our facilities that we have, the water facilities, the mechanized facilities, the technical facilities that we have, so that together we can have that joint committee to boost food production in Nigeria.
Also at the meeting were the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Minister of State for Water Resources and Sanitation, directors and the representatives of private sector. The International Cotton Advisory Committee is working out plans with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security in order to enhance cotton production and revive the textile industry in the country. Speaking during a courtesy visit of the committee members to the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, the Executive Director, International Cotton Advisory Committee, Eric Trachtenberg, stated that the committee works with different countries to enhance cotton production and the textile industry.
Our purpose is to help our members succeed, in this case, in the cotton and textile economy, to basically help our country, help all of our member countries win. How do we do this? One thing we do is a lot of work on data and in publications, because, as a Ministry of Agriculture, we all know that one of the most important things is to have good data. And so ICAC is a repository of the world's most comprehensive data on cotton production, trade, consumption. Dr. Kranthi does a huge 900-page book and a data portal focusing on all the inputs of production.
Bales of cotton being imported into Nigeria.
In his response, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, stated that any effort to revive the cotton industry and Nigeria's textile industry is welcome, and it will have a great impact in the country.
We used to admire the cotton fields. However, that ceases to exist now. And like you rightly pointed out, we just across the border from where I come from, in Marwa and Garwa, we always see bales of cotton being imported into Nigeria. In those days, even now, it has stopped actually. It has maybe found its way elsewhere. So we have seen the collapse, I would say, of that industry. And even recently, I had opportunity to meet the same group that Dr. Kingsley had mentioned, the president of Afro-Exim with the president of Arise, Mr. Gagan, when they came and we had a private interaction on their intention of how to revive both the production sector and the processing aspect of it.
The agricultural sector, like any other sector, is evolving. It therefore requires innovations and reforms to meet the changes and challenges that the sector presents. The Department of Reform Coordination, Service Improvement and Innovation of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is cut out to brace up to the challenge of coming up with positive innovations and reforms to ensure food security in Nigeria. In our next segment, Records of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, we are focusing on the mandate of the department and how it has contributed to service delivery, reforms, and innovations. Keep watching.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has the mandate to ensure food security and rural development in Nigeria. To actualize this mandate, the ministry has different departments, agencies, and parastatals. One of the departments is Reform Coordination, Service Improvement, and Innovation. This department has the mandate to ensure reforms, innovation, service improvement, development of intervention on gaps identified, troubleshoot service failure, and making positive changes.
The mandate of the department serves as a focal point for driving changes, reform, innovation, and improvement within the ministry, and it has to be in line with the guidelines, overall framework that has been set by Bureau of Public Service Reform and Office of Head of Service of the Federation and other agencies of central government like National Self-Government Office. We also carry out research to identify those good services, especially best practices. And when we identify them, we're able to ensure that it's being deployed to improve the service delivery. We also work with the leadership of the ministry in ensuring that we identify processes, system, and service gap.
The department also has major divisions which include Reform Division, Innovation Division, and Servicom Division. The Reform Division is charged with the responsibility of driving changes and ensuring the implementation of performance management system of the Federal Civil Service.
The core mandate of the division, just like the department, is basically the focal point driver of changes, reforms, innovations, service improvement. But most importantly, the division and the department is in charge of the Federal Civil Service Strategic Implementation Plan 2020-2025. And basically, we've been able to reach out, trying to implement the tools therein. There are about 5 pillars, 6 pillars in the FMAFS 25, and the department is supposed to drive that. Try to cascade it down, apart from within the ministry, also cascading it down to the agencies and parastatals and institutions.
The Innovation Division, on its part, is saddled with the responsibility of initiating, harvest innovative ideas, plan and implement innovative trends in addressing challenges in the agricultural sector, making agriculture easier and more productive.
Another one is to identify and reaching out to development partners. Another function of the division is to relate with management with the full development and implementation of identified innovative ideas. While another function of the division is to track trends in relation with competition, innovative competition, with a view to adopting same in Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security.
The Servicom Division is charged with the responsibility of ensuring that services are delivered timely and efficiently.
The core mandate of the Servicom Division is basically to ensure service delivery and also to address service failure where there are failures. Yeah, that's basically our mandate as a division. Honestly, if we are to score the ministry, I will give the ministry 75%. Simply because we have been able to address service failure. And secondly, as an agric ministry, you see an influx of clients, seeking for one help or the other, or one services or the other. We are always there timely to provide such services. And we have been able to address failures because there are machinery that checkmate all these failures. We have made provision for them. When you are not satisfied with the service, there is a channel you will follow and it will be addressed properly.
This strategic department was established in 2014, and since then, it has achieved some major milestones which include harvesting of innovative ideas, capacity building of staff on service delivery, training of retiring staff of the ministry to engage in agriculture, inauguration of Ministerial Deliverable Innovation Committee, establishment of Servicom boxes and other channels to get feedback from farmers, implementation of the Federal Civil Service Strategy and Implementation Plan 2021 to 2025, among others.
So we also carry out staff survey because we have both, when we talk about customers, we have internal and external customers. Internal customers are staff. So we also administer staff surveillance form to also get feedback from staff about how departments are delivering services. Mostly common services department serves the staff. And when the staff are served well, they will enhance their productivity. So we also administer form to them. And then we also, as a department, carry out entrepreneurship training for retiring and serving officers of the ministry on agro-allied entrepreneurship to be able to be self-sustenance on retirement and also produce, at least if they are involved in home gathering, they are also contributing to either to feed their family, and even some with time will also extend to even sell those products outside. So mostly we did, the last one we did was mostly on the poultry farm, potato farming, and vegetable farming.
The Department of Reform Coordination, Service Improvement and Innovations has also been instrumental in ensuring reforms in the ministry under 5 major pillars, which include Performance Management System, IPPIS Human Resource, Innovation, Digitalization of Content Services, and Enhanced Value Proposition.
Performance management is a system whereby you know what your basic objectives are. What are you supposed to be doing within the ministry? What is your job description? How do you attain it? How do you meet it? How do you meet your key performance indicators? You look at it, and then you score yourself, and then your boss will score you, and then your boss will score you. And that basically is a diversion from APA. What we call APA, that's the former appraiser, where you just sit down and then you score yourself 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 on everything. But this time, your boss is supposed to look at you, see what you're supposed to have, what you have done over a period of 3 months. We score virtually every 3 months. And then at the end of the year, we now score you. And then digitalization is basically talking about paperless, carrying out business without papers. And you understand. There are quite a number. Innovations are supposed to think outside the box, not how we do things before. That you have to go through the crude way. Now we're trying to simplify and make business. We're trying to make an ease.
The next pillar is digitization. Yes, the ministry, that reform aspect is also going on. As we are talking now, the ICT department is training staff department by department. And almost, we have a scanning room here in the ministry where they have scanned almost all the files, mails. So with time, you will not see files again in the ministry. We will quickly in fully into automation and digitization of our processes and procedure in the ministry. And the last one is, the last pillar is staff value proposition of civil servants. That has to do with welfare. How do you treat the civil servants? Because if you treat them well, you'll be able to deliver.
The department has also made significant impacts in improving the staff welfare to motivate them to render services that would ensure food security in Nigeria.
Our staff bosses now go around to pick staff. That's part of staff welfare and what have you. And there's a register now. You come to work early. 8 o'clock you sign in. And we try to identify people that are hardworking. We encourage them. We give them awards virtually every month. We choose from the whole department who is the best, and we award them and put their photographs in recognition of what they have carried out. And then the inputs, distribution of inputs. The Honorable Minister, have been able to like give them a guide of which would made a lot of improvements. This year, you don't even hear about complaints about distribution of fertilizers. People are saying they don't get the fertilizer, whatever. No. They did in such a way that they brought in reforms into that they give state governments. State governments now identify the real farmers.
The department has also introduced identification and reward for Best Staff of the Month to motivate staff in delivery services.
To be able to motivate staff and ensure that there's competition in the ministry, from every month, with our template, we carry out a selection of best staff. We send circulars to all the ministries or all the departments and units to nominate outstanding staff with outstanding performance for recognition and award. So once we receive that, we use our template and then select the best staff. And you sometimes, when you are entering, you see their pictures display on the wall with other gifts that we give to them based on the established rules.
The department has also been able to identify service failure and address them through establishment of Servicom boxes to receive feedback and take necessary action.
We have received clients who come in here with a whole lot of, expecting services. And when such services are not rendered, they fall back to Servicom unit. That is the more reason why at the entrance of this ministry, you have the front desks. If you are coming to the ministry, your first contact are the Servicom frontline officers. And when you get there, you'll be directed. And we equally distribute forms where we get feedbacks from clients. Where you are going to, those forms are being filled when you are done with whatever services you have come for and you are on your way out. So by so doing, we get feedback. I will ensure that the gray areas are being addressed. And such services has ensured that mostly we deal with technical departments.
The department has also promoted innovative farming among farmers.
We are encouraging this home gardening, the one you now do at the comfort of your space. You don't need to go into the bush to go and farm. So we are encouraging that. We've started encouraging the one you do with this cement papers, then baskets, we've started all that one. We've started with our staff, and most of our staff, they are into it now. And in fact, they are giving us good result of what they are getting from it. And you are already aware that even at the back of this office here, just here, that there is a demonstration farm there, where people that are interested, staff that are interested, can go and receive lectures on how to grow their crops at the back of their house. So we're already doing something.
Good planning can only bring about good implementation, which of course will translate to increased productivity. And reforms and innovations are a major part of this circle. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is committed to ensuring positive reforms, innovations, and service delivery to ensure food security in Nigeria. Let's all join hands with the ministry to attain greater heights. This is the much we can take on tonight's episode. Keep a date with us, same time, same station next week for another interesting package. I am Gabriel Ojile. Good night.